Welcome to Magical Toy Box Tales, a magical world where stories come to life and adventure is everywhere. Hi, friends. I'm Sluggle Sprout. Ready to dream, imagine, and explore. Every story is filled with wonder, fun, and surprises just for you. Let's make new friends, discover new worlds, and have so much fun together. Alright friends, it's story time. Let's sit nicely, get our ears wide open, and get ready to listen closely. I can see some eager faces already. Well done! Who's ready to hear an amazing story? Okay, here we go.
Eleni, Nico, and the Lost Mermaid Girl. Once upon a time, in a small fishing village in Greece, where the sea sparkled like blue glass and the olive trees swayed in the warm breeze, lived a girl named Eleni and her best friend, Nico. Eleni had big hazel eyes that shone with curiosity. Nico was a little taller, with a laugh as bright as the sun. They did everything together, racing along the cliffs, collecting seashells, and watching the fishermen mend their nets in the harbor. But their favorite thing to do was sit by the shore at sunset, listening to the waves. One evening, as the sky turned pink and orange, the two friends went to collect seashells to sell at the local market when they heard a strange sound. A soft, sad cry. Eleni and Nico looked at each other. "Did you hear that?" Nico whispered. They followed the sound down to a hidden cove, where the water was calm and clear. And there, tangled in seaweed and a fishing net, was a tiny mermaid. Her shimmering turquoise tail sparkled under the last light of the sun, and her golden hair clung to her face, wet with tears. Both Eleni and Nico stood stunned. But Nico knelt beside the mermaid and said, "You'll be okay." Eleni gently untangled the seaweed and fishing net from the mermaid. "What happened?" she asked. The lost mermaid sniffled. "A terrible storm came last night. The waves were so big and strong that they swept me far from my family. When I woke up, I was here, all alone." The young mermaid, whose name was Thalassa, told them that her family lived near a place called the Singing Caves, where the waves made music. Nico gasped. "I know where that is. My grandfather told me stories about it." Eleni grinned. "Then let's go." But there was one problem. The Singing Caves were far away, past the deep waters of the bay. "How will we get there?" Eleni wondered. Thalassa's face lit up. "I can call my dolphin friends." She cupped her tiny hands around her mouth and let out a sweet, melodic whistle. Moments later, the water rippled, and two sleek dolphins leaped from the waves. The children climbed onto their backs, and with a splash, they were off across the sea. As they sped across the water, the waves began to grow stronger. The wind picked up, and the sky darkened. Thalassa looked around, worry crossing her face. "We should be close, but something feels wrong." She bit her lip. "The currents change all the time. If we take the wrong path, we could be pulled into the rocks." Nico thought for a moment. "Wait. My grandfather always said that the waves near the Singing Caves hum a special song. Maybe we can listen for the right path." They listened closely. A soft, rhythmic hum, almost like a lullaby, echoed through the water. "That way." Eleni pointed. The waves surged around them, but the path stayed clear and before them, glowing in the moonlight, were the Singing Caves. Eleni and Nico scanned the water. "Do you see them?" Nico called. Thalassa looked around, her eyes filled with nervousness and longing. "There. It's them," she cried. From the shadows of the deep blue cave, a group of merfolk emerged, their tails glowing under the moonlight. A beautiful mermaid, with hair like silver waves, rushed forward. "My precious one. We have been searching for you." Tears of joy filled Thalassa's eyes as she swam into her mother's arms, holding her in a long, tight embrace. Thalassa turned to her new friends. "I will never forget you," she said, her voice full of warmth. "You brought me home." The mother mermaid smiled. "For your kindness, the sea will always be your friend." She handed them two shimmering pearls, glowing softly like tiny moons. "Whenever you need help, hold these close, and the sea will answer." With one last wave, Thalassa and her family disappeared into the deep. The dolphins carried the children back to shore. And that night, as Eleni and Nico lay in bed, they could hear the soft hum of the Mermaid's song coming from the pearls, like a sweet lullaby singing them to sleep. The end.
Thalassa was lost and missed her family, but with Eleni and Nico's kindness, she found her way home. This teaches us that home and family are special, and we should always cherish them. So remember, always be kind, help others, and believe in the magic of friendship. Did you enjoy today's story? There are so many more waiting for you. Click subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the bell so you never miss on the next exciting tale.